Hey guys, what's going on? Rhett here. I wanted to bring you a video, and I know I touch on it in a lot of my other videos, but I wanted to talk about how to be successful investing in Section 8, okay? There's a difference between buying a Section 8 property and being a Section 8 landlord and being successful investing in Section 8 properties. And there are aspects of Section 8 properties that are a lot different than any other kind of market rent or cash tenants or cash rentals that maybe you have history with in the past, or maybe you are sitting at home debating whether to get into real estate and you don't know whether to get into Section 8 or whether to get into just a regular rental unit. Now, obviously, I'm a huge proponent of Section 8 rental properties. Anytime you're looking at a niche, right, which is what this is a small category of kinds of rental properties you can have. It's something that is gaining popularity because of social media, because of YouTube channels like this, but it's a niche. And when you are focusing on a niche, you have an opportunity to make more money, which is great about this because there aren't a lot of people that are in Section 8. Overall, the stigma around it is still so negative that a lot of people that have a lot of money and can invest try to stay away from it, which is beneficial for people like you and for people like me because there's more for us, there's more opportunities, okay? So that is a pro of investing in Section 8. One of the things I see all the time, whether it's with my coaching clients who come to me after they've already purchased a Section 8, or whether it's people that I'm working with for the first time, having somebody in your corner that understands how Section 8 properties operate is tremendously important. Now, what do I mean by that? Well, because the Housing Choice Voucher Program, which is Section 8, is a government program, there are certain steps that need to be taken to make sure that the unit is up to code, it's up to par. There is paperwork that needs to be taken care of to make sure that you qualify as a Section 8 landlord and that the tenants are qualified to rent the unit that you're trying to rent to them, right? There are a lot of pieces in between where you're dealing with the caseworker, you're dealing with the tenant directly, you're dealing with the caseworker directly, you're dealing with an inspector for the property, you're dealing with a housing authority. So none of that is a big deal. But for someone who hasn't been in the Section 8 arena for a long time, that can seem overwhelming. So having somebody in your corner that's done this over and over again is priceless. So make sure that if you're going to do this is an investment that you want to partake in, you want to go down. Make sure you have somebody in your corner that can do it. If you're looking for somebody to help you on the path, shoot me an email below. All my information is below this video. I'd love to talk to you about helping you out and getting you in the coaching program that we offer. But trying to do this on your own, even if you've dealt with rental property before, it's different. Now, that extra work we're doing up front for Section 8, I believe it pays you back in spades because you do a little bit extra work up front, and what are you doing? You're guaranteeing yourself a return on investment that no other real estate asset can do. It can literally guarantee you a large percentage of your monthly cash flow. You're locking in a tenant that has obligations to fulfill, not only in the lease that you're providing, but to stay inside the Section 8 program, there are certain requirements that tenant must abide by. If they destroy the unit, if there are any criminal acts done at the unit, if people are living at the unit that aren't on the lease, the tenant puts their entire voucher in jeopardy, right? And tenants aren't going to want to do that. In units that I own, I find that tenants stay 5, 10, 15 years. I've also purchased a lot of units over the last 10 years where I've inherited tenants who have been in units 20, 30 years. And the houses look like, we just finished rehabbing them yesterday. They're in phenomenal shape. So I personally am a huge proponent of the Section 8 program, but I know the ins and outs of that program, and at some times it can feel overwhelming. Now, we've talked about why it's a good program, right? Why you should do it. It's a niche. Anytime we're getting into niches, there's more opportunity. You can really crush a niche as far as if you get into it and you invest in it and you do a good job, you can make a lot of money. But at the same time, we're also providing people with a great place to live. And you guys know on this channel, I talk a lot about we're not slumlords. We do things the right way. We're not trying to just throw lipstick on a pig and throw somebody in a unit where they're going to live with their 3-4 kids. They're trying to get out of a situation like that. What we're doing is we're giving people pride in where they live. We're creating an atmosphere. We're creating a home for somebody, right? Now, a lot of times we talk about these as units and dollars and cap rates and this and that, but you have to look at it also from a human aspect too. These are homes. And when we, and I want to, preface this by saying I'm so proud of some of the clients that I work with, because I have people coming up to me every day and calling me saying, hey, listen, are we doing all we can to make sure that this tenant is going to be as comfortable as possible in this unit? Do we have to spend another $1,000 or $2,000 to make sure that we keep this tenant there and they're happy? And those are the people that I love working with, because they understand that, yeah, you're spending a little bit more money out of pocket, but the return on that, not only from an investment standpoint, but from a human standpoint. What is your return from a human standpoint, right? Think about that. What does that mean? Well, it means if we go out of our way to make someone more comfortable in a home, we're going to get paid back on that in someone treating our home better, someone staying there longer, someone having pride, making sure that the yard's manicured, making sure that if something breaks in the house, the tenant either takes care of it quickly or they call about it right away so that we can take care of it, so that $200 fix doesn't turn into a $2,000 fix. I know some of you guys watching this, whether you have kids or whether you have rental properties or whether you have experience with this yourselves, you understand that, okay, something small breaks and you don't fix it right away. Well, then you look at it a couple months later and oh my goodness, what could have been an easy fix is now a big job because you let it just get worse and worse and worse. Same goes for tenants in Section 8 properties. We want them to feel comfortable enough to communicate with us when things aren't right. We want them to communicate with us on how to make units better and how to make their life more comfortable, because a comfortable tenant, a happy tenant, is a happy landlord, is a landlord that has money in their pocket, okay? So it's a very symbiotic relationship, meaning if it's good for one, it's good for both, okay? Let's keep it happy on their end and then happy on our end, okay? We both are able to find success off of that, okay? And lastly, guys, another thing about Section 8 rental properties that will single-handedly determine your success, and I'm reminded of this over and over and over again. It is as constant a reminder as anything that I'm reminded of daily. Having a team is the most important part of being successful in this business. I get calls from clients, I get calls from prospective clients, I get calls from people who watch the videos, send me emails, we hop on a phone call. Rhett, I have a quote, can you look at it? Rhett, I think I'm getting taken advantage of. It happens all the time. I'm seeing it over and over and over again. Contractors are taking advantage of people, adding ridiculous fees onto huge quotes. And otherwise, if I didn't look at them, they fly under the radar. Property management companies sending out bills for things that never were done, jobs that never took place, but out-of-state investors would never know the difference. Management companies, and this is a new one. I have a client who wanted a Section 8 tenant, and they put in a non-Section 8 tenant, you know, because it was easier for them and it'll be less work in the long run. It's just crazy. So having a good team of contractors, real estate agents, property management companies, coaches, consultants, people that are there to make sure that your needs are taken care of and that your best interests are being looked after. I operate in a bunch of different markets throughout the country. It'd be so easy for you as an out-of-state investor to just hop on in. You use all my people. And of course, they're gonna treat you like family because you'd be coming in with me. You'd be right here, put you right under my arm. So guys, that is the most important aspect of this entire thing, is having a good team. Needing somebody to walk you through it, to hold your hand through it, and make sure that your success is in the right hands. Because if you try to just fly by the seat of your pants, you're doing too much. It's too hard to do. There are too many moving parts. You need help doing this. But once you learn it once, it's easier to replicate, and then you can learn how to do it twice, and then 3 times. And then you're a pro at it, you know the ins and outs, then you can take it into whatever markets you want to. You can do it in your home market, or you can do it in another market where you think the numbers work. You have to learn how to secure property, how to establish property, establish tenants, lock in property management, be on top of contractors as they do work. It's just a lot of moving parts. It's unbelievably doable, but that's how you find success in being a Section 8 landlord. That's how you find success in being a real estate investor in general, but more particularly a Section 8 real estate investor. Guys, leave your questions and comments below. I'll get to all of them. Shoot me an email below if you have any more questions, and I'll see you next time.